Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm trying out the Transformation Primer from the brand CULLER Beauty. I am so excited about this because the CULLER Beauty foundation has been my go-to everyday foundation. It's literally the one foundation on my makeup tray in my bathroom ever since I tried it out. And it's a self-adjusting foundation. So it color adjusts and changes on your skin. And it is just amazing. It's got SPF 50. I mean, I don't have to go on and on about this foundation because I already have a full dedicated review video on it here on YouTube that I will of course have linked in the description down below if you want to check it out. But this brand also makes a primer, and since I'm such a big fan of the foundation, I am so excited to try out the primer. And of course I'm going to try out the primer with the foundation, and it has anti-aging complex, it's paraben free, fragrance free. It cost $29.95 a bottle. And of course I want to give a disclaimer that these products were sent to me for free by CULLER Beauty. But this is not a sponsored video. I just love to share my reviews on YouTube, especially of brands that I was not familiar with beforehand and then brands that I end up loving. So here is what the primer looks like. So it's supposed to create a smooth makeup ready surface, minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So let's check it out. Great, we've got a pump here. Right, so I've just did one pump, and to really review this and see the difference, I'm just going to apply it to half of my face, and oh my gosh, I noticed right away it's that balm texture. The balm type of primer that, wow, it really does give a filter to the skin. It's mattified the skin, you can see the shine without it versus with it, and it feels like it's creating a barrier, like a coating on top of my skin of just like a smooth surface. I like the balm types of primers like this. They're definitely the type that have no tackiness, so it's not going to grip onto the primer the way I do love a primer to do. So I love a tacky primer, but I also love a balm primer that actually does like minimize the appearance of fine lines, pores, wrinkles. So even if I were to just apply this onto those parts of my face where I do want to minimize like the pores here on my cheeks and my nose, it makes an extreme visible difference. Plus, it has nourishing, anti-aging ingredients in it. So just for a no foundation type of day, this is a great primer to quickly and easily apply to the skin to get that little filter effect. But of course, I have to try it out with the foundation. So I'm going to apply the foundation to my entire face and we'll see if there's a difference without it versus with it. So the thing with this foundation though, is, so as you can see, it comes out white and you have to blend it in with your fingers and watch as the color is changing to literally match perfectly to my skin tone. So I prefer to blend out my liquid foundation with my dampened beauty sponge, but I've tried that with this foundation and it just doesn't work. Like the color doesn't change the right way. Like it doesn't change to my perfect shade the way it does when I apply with my fingers. So that's the only little struggle with trying this primer out with and without the foundation. But that's why I'm also just applying it to the side of my face without the primer first, so that I can try and not mix the primer in at all. So once I blend it out with my finger, I just go back in and just lightly tap all over it with my sponge to blend out any fingerprint marks or anything like that and smooth it all over. I do think I want to just add a little bit more coverage over the redness in my cheeks. That redness is really showing up on my cheeks today. I'm not really sure why. Sometimes my cheeks are just more red than others. So in total, I think I've applied one full pump to half of my face, and I'll apply that same amount to the other side of my face. But definitely still some shine on my skin versus the mattified primer side. And let's see how it does on top of the primer. Oh no, hope I didn't use too much here. I feel like I'm applying like a white sunscreen to my skin when it's like you're really trying to put on a lot of sunscreen. Oh my goodness, maybe I did take too much. Maybe you have to use less product on top of the primer since it kind of blends out more. I mean, that's good. I'd like to use less of the product. It's not a very inexpensive foundation. And it forces you to really, I forget myself right now, I look so funny. It forces you to really blend out your foundation because you need to blend it out to get that shade match. Bring a little extra down my neck, why not, right? It is just so mesmerizing though, watching it change color. I have never seen a product like this. And then just blending it all out with the sponge is making it look so much more skin-like again. Okay, so foundation is applied, and I feel like looking at me, there's not much of a visible difference between the sides of my face at all. It's more like when you look up close, like I'm looking up really close in the mirror here, and so like my pores are definitely smoother on the side with the primer, which I love to see because I'm always trying to minimize and smooth out the large pores that I have on my cheeks here. So definitely less texture there. And this is also supposed to help with fine lines and wrinkles, which I definitely have on my forehead, the smile lines, and I do see a little bit more creasing happening without the primer. So it really does seem to be living up to those claims. And of course we saw that it seemed to use less product to apply the same coverage, but overall like the texture, like the sheen of the foundation looks the same. Like there's just as much shine with the primer versus with it. So I don't really find this to be like a changing your hydration or mattifying the skin at all. It's more like those pores, the lines, exactly as it claims. And those really are some of my main skin concerns. So I'm very impressed with this primer. I think it worked great. I will say though, I've been using this foundation without the primer and it's still wonderful. So you do not need the primer for this foundation. But if you are interested in a pore blurring and smoothing primer, I think this is a great one to try. It is pricey though, and there are other primers out there for cheaper that I think do the same thing, but this also has those nourishing ingredients in it. So overall, I'm very happy with it. And thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.